I'm Bethany Wallace. I want to share a tip for you regarding interviews and soft skills. Obviously, communication skills have a lot to do with how you perform and your confidence in the interview process. So if you've been practicing great communication skills, nonverbal and verbal, on a regular basis, then in the interview, you're going to be completely comfortable talking and sharing about yourself and listening to the other person mindfully and responding thoughtfully and all of those things. Another soft skill that really comes into play sometimes during the interview process is conflict prevention, conflict resolution, conflict management, all things conflict. How does that have to do with interviews? Well, there are a few ways that you can showcase strong conflict prevention and resolution skills during your job interview. And I'm going to share just two of those with you right now. One is how you answer questions regarding negative experiences you've had in the workplace or in your job search. Everyone has a negative experience, by the way. So if you pretend like you don't, I can't really think of a boss that I've had that was the worst boss ever. Or when they say, tell me about a time when you've encountered conflict in the workplace and how'd you resolve it? That's your opportunity to show and demonstrate that you have great soft skills, especially related to conflict management. So think in advance about how you're going to respond to at least those two questions about a time when you had a problem and then how did you find the solution, a time when you had conflict with someone you worked with and how did you resolve it, a time when you had a frustrated or disappointed client and how did you manage that situation. You also want to think about the question related to who's the worst boss you ever had, or what type of boss do you like to look for? Because those can sort of be sticky questions. If you've had a lot of negative experiences, you want to avoid just spilling the beans about all the negativity. And you want to show that you know what you're looking for and you have learned from situations in your past. And that's led you to this point when you feel like you have a really good idea of what you want and how you can contribute positively in the workplace. And that's a big deal. Make sure that you mention verbally that you enjoy working with other people, if you do, that you know how to work with other people well, and share about a specific time when you have resolved that conflict. That's why it's so important to prepare and practice before you go into interviews. The second thing that I want to encourage you to do, if you want to highlight the fact that you are good at managing, resolving, preventing conflict, is to carefully interact during the whole hiring and onboarding process, because all of your little interactions and choices you make demonstrate whether little things set you off and really disappoint you or bother you or frustrate you. If you appear to be really irritable and flustered when you start an interview because you were running late, that's not really a good sign to an employer. Not only could it be a sign about your ability to manage time, but it's a sign of like how well you're able to keep your emotions in check so that you can communicate well and come to the table ready to have a great discussion. And that does not just have to do with interviews. That has to do with work on a day-to-day basis. How well can you roll with the punches? That's agility, which is another soft skill. So agility really matches well with conflict prevention. Also, make sure that you take the opportunity to build rapport with the people who are leading you through the hiring process, whether that's a hiring manager, talent acquisition leader, whomever it is. Make sure that you show gratitude to them, that you always seem appreciative, that you're as flexible as you can be easy to get along with. That's a big part of conflict prevention. And you're going to be showing them that you're great at preventing and resolving conflict, not just talking about when you answer questions that, oh yeah, I'm really great at preventing and resolving conflict and here's how. Hope that this helps you the next time that you're going into a job interview. And I would really encourage you to reach out to me if you need help, maybe if you need to do a mock interview or go through a little bit of communication skills or interview skills coaching. You can reach me at BethanyWallaceCo.com.